Good morning. Oh, you're muted, Usha. Beautiful
Good morning.
flowers. We match. How are
Yep.
you doing?
Good.
Good. I see
Good.
some
Good.
black.
Good.
I see a lot of black and white. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you.
Morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Let me get all the other lovely ladies in the room. There they come. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Tuesday. Your shirt matches your clock, Joanne. You're muted. I said your shirt matches your clock perfectly.
Oh,
Good morning, Elaine. How are you doing?
Good.
You're good. We lost your picture. Did you mean for that to happen?
You were there a minute ago, and then
I may
it
go
just
out and
went.
come back because, wow, it's just not doing it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, easy is go back and come back.
Okay, here we go.
I just sent you a message, Elaine, to start your video. Maybe that'll prompt it. Okay, so just to review, today was, there she is. Today was going to be our Get Around to It projects, which were the things that we've been wanting to make, but haven't made time for it. So usually that's personal projects, I think. And then next Tuesday, we're going to continue the conversation about our capsule wardrobes. So if we don't have a lot of get around to it today, we can also start talking about the capsule wardrobe, which seems to be really fascinating to a lot of folks. So I'm just going to start at the bottom and we'll go around the Zoom room and see what everybody has been working on. Suzette, you're at the bottom of my page. Do you want to start?
Benefit of a latecomer.
I'm still researching what I want to make. I did cut the pattern out yesterday,
So pretty.
so we'll see how that goes. And I do have a lot of things I want to make, but I'm thinking I might concentrate on doing one pattern very well before I move on. So I don't want to say that I'm going to make 10 items because I don't know if I can that I will wear.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pick a couple for now and try to do them well and then maybe add to it.
That's awesome. I think that's a great strategy. Very cool. Did you pick fabric, Suzette, for that beautiful jacket?
I have, actually, I bought 4 different colors. So
Wow.
it was on sale. So I have this, I have black, a pinkish color and a reddish color.
Gorgeous.
But how much yardage you got it, Suzette?
I bought 3 yards of each.
oh, that's a good deal.
It's kind of like a sweatery type, but it's really thin.
Where did you get it at?
There's a fabric store here called Jay's Fabric,
Okay.
but it was on their sale rack. So I don't really know what it is. It was not a big description on the end of the bolt. And they didn't really know either because it came in that way. We'll see how it goes.
Any stretch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a lot
Both
of
ways?
stretch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Both ways?
Both ways. Not too much this way.
Oh,
what's
okay.
the other colors?
Black, like a maroon, and a soft rosy pink color.
That'll be
If,
great.
Yellow was my least favorite, so
Ah,
if it comes out good, I'm gonna make it in all the colors.
yellow looks good on you, Suzette. It should be your new favorite.
If you cut a small swatch and you burn it, it'll, like if it burns right up, it's going to be probably cotton, a cotton knit. But if it starts melting and has like a hard plastic kind of at the edges, it's going to
Stinks.
probably be polyester or some other, synthetic. So it's, if you want to try to figure out what fibers in it, you can do that.
Okay.
Joanne, what are some of the benefits of knowing the fiber content?
Well, if it's cotton, then it's probably going to shrink a lot, especially being the knit. It's likelihood that it would. The polyester probably wouldn't. So, and it depends on what you like against your body. If you don't mind either one, then it doesn't matter. But it'll.
It's soft. And I have
better.
washed it a couple times, so I don't know if it keeps shrinking if it's cotton or just in the beginning.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends on who makes it.
Hmm.
It doesn't look like cotton though. It
I
has
don't know.
some-
Maybe I'll burn some later and
Okay, when the kids are
no.
not around,
Quote for the
I'm
book.
out the house.
take it outside and throw it in the pool if I get a big fire.
Oh,
A
speaking of,
little bit with tweezers and just put it over your
A
sink
little piece.
and just, just light a little bit with your lighter.
speaking
Is
of,
that if
when
it's polyester, it's gonna smell or like a chemical kind? You'll know
Okay.
right away.
But it also melts. It'll have like a black,
Chaos.
kind of hard residue. Yeah.
Okay.
is there
Let us know.
furniture in the pool yet, Suzette?
No, it doesn't look like we're gonna get that storm.
Oh, good. Yay.
Yeah.
Wonderful news. Okay, thank you so much. All right, Doreen, now you're at the bottom of the screen.
Oh,
I like to keep you on
Oh.
your toes. All right, so today's Get Around to It Day projects that you have been wanting to sew for a long time. Or if you don't have any of those, you can talk about your capsule wardrobe.
What I had mentioned before, well, what I'm doing right now is I'm working with my capsule, but before I really dive into my capsule, there's a few things I just wanted to make. And I think I'm now discovering that I wanted to make them now because I wanted to see if they'll fit into the capsule. So what I did is I cut out the ones that I was mentioning yesterday, the leggings. So I'm working on the fit on those right now. So I got them cut out last night out of that fabric, remember? So I got them cut out. And so I'm working on getting, looks like this area, the very first area here is what I'm working on the most. Just to get them fitted through, down here more. I got most of the leg really good. It's just, I got to see how it gets fit once I get the elastic on. So I'll serge on the elastic and this will be done right after class, right after this is done. So,
Is
But,
there a little like casing, Doreen, for the elastic so it's not sitting against your skin or?
no, what I'm doing is I serge this
Mhm.
together and then you turn it around and then you sew it in. It's just like they do it in retail. It's exactly the same thing. They're just,
So
you serge.
does it turn then? Is it gonna
Yeah.
kind of flop down?
Yeah.
So I know the facing turns over, but what about the top of the elastic? How do you keep it from twisting?
Yeah, so what I'm getting at is, maybe I'm not showing it good enough. This here is serged at the very top, okay? Right through here is serged right now. I'll serge that, so it's all put on the top. Once that whole top thing is serged all around, then you turn it inside and then you sew
Gotcha.
Sew that down,
Nice.
right through here, you sew that down, and
Do
then
you
it's
use
done.
a zigzag stitch for that last hem?
You're doing just a straight stitch, but you kind of maneuver this along real
Oh,
nicely.
you stretch it. Okay.
You stretch it a little bit. It's just, it requires a little bit of stretch, and that's what I'm planning on doing.
Awesome.
Doreen, when you do your first serging, are you actually taking a little of the elastic off?
I'm taking it so I get a full amount of the elastic in, so it stays secure, put it that way.
Oh, so you put your blade up?
The blade is right next, yeah, really, I put more of the fabric piece.
Mm-hmm.
So so I know that gets cut off. I'm trying to get it with my fingers here. So
Oh,
this
and then-
does, some of this gets cut off. The fabric itself will get cut off. So that is secure on, and it's right up next to the elastic. So it stays on secure. You just have to be careful when you're doing it. You have to really observe when you're doing it.
Well, that's
And
better.
then I've got it
put-
in fourths. I've got it pinned into each 1/4 sections. They're pinned
Mhm.
on.
So
And I
once
know,
Once you do that, then there's no do-overs, right? Like, so you need to
And-
make sure.
right, there's no, and I don't need to do a do-over because that much I know, because I've worked with this one enough where I know certain things are good to go. And so I got it on my board up here. I have a whiteboard, and I put on there notes, and I've got how much I know I need and where I'm comfortable at for
Cool.
elastic. Because I do this so much with elastic around the waistband for pajama bottoms and whatnot. So
That's better than making a casing.
for me, it's easier. It's just faster.
It
it-
makes a really nice finish, and you see it on the leggings that you buy at the store all the time. But
Yeah.
depending on your shape, it might not work for you. If you're pear-shaped or hourglass and you have to make a big transition from your hips to your waist, it's not possible to stretch the elastic far enough to make it match up nicely and then fold it under. Like, you just have too much pants coming and too little elastic to make it work. So if you're a pear shape or an hourglass, that it's really tricky.
Oh, okay. And with my body, I don't have to, that's why I haven't needed to worry. And right now I have a Vera Wang leggings right now. And they've got, just so you guys can, if you can tell at all, they're doing the exact same thing. This is the serging on top here. You can't see very well because I can't tell, but it's serged right at the top, and then it's done just like in ready to wear. So that's what I'm doing. I guess I was doing casing in the very beginning, but I felt like that turned out to be an extra step that I'm going, I don't need it. It was like unnecessary step for me. So that's what I'm doing. And
Well,
it's
I think
turning
a
out.
good idea because, I'm wearing, I can't take them off, but I'm wearing a pants now that I put the casing. And the
Uh-huh.
elastic's just a little bit bigger than an inch, and it keeps on folding in half.
Mm.
The elastic isn't staying flat. The elastic's folding in half. So then
There's different.
terrible. So
If you
you're
get
right.
if you get non-roll elastic, you won't have that problem.
That's
you got-
good,
yeah.
Right,
I
but if
did
you-
have-
If you want soft elastic in your waistband, the non-roll has some body to it and it's not super soft. But if you want your garment to be softer, like it's pajamas or yoga pants or something like that, what I do is I stitch in the ditch on the side seams and the back
Yes,
seam.
They are stitched in the ditch on the
And it's
side.
still folding. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's crappy
I will.
elastic.
I wear them all the time because the fabric's fabulous, so.
Take them out and
So
put
what I-
elastic in it.
Can we see a leg of them? Can you just throw up a leg so we can see the fabric?
So what I want to show you,
It's not much. Oh, they're shorts.
Oh, yeah.
So the
Wonderful.
waist, yeah.
Really cute. I like your top too. Did you sew that as well?
No, I didn't.
Darling.
It's 81 degrees here, so I'm got the air conditioner on. It's hot.
Oh, look
Ah.
at you.
That's all we wear, shorts and shirts.
I'm jealous.
Good life.
so
Okay.
what I want to show you before I'm done here. When we're talking about the elastics, I've got this is the one that you might be talking about, Lynn, where
Yeah, doing
it's
that.
easy, it'll roll up real quick maybe. And then here is
I
the
have,
stuff
that,
that, the rigid,
right.
okay, it's quite rigid. All right, okay.
That's
That's all.
great, but it's real stiff. I like comfort.
Yep, it's all stiff. And that rolls on you?
No,
No.
but it's
Oh,
a
okay.
harder elastic, it's stiffer. But your
Yeah.
way of serging the top with the softer might be a good solution for me.
When there's
Yeah.
one more way to do it where you have your casing open and flat and you have your elastic and you mark it just below the center and you zigzag your elastic to the casing. So you have to know your measurements before you do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's on a couple of the Nancy Zeman patterns for knit skirts and knit pants. And that's how she does it. So that zigzagging, you're zigzagging the elastic to the casing, it winds up on the inside where you don't see the stitching. And then it never rolls.
That's
But you
good.
have to go through the whole process and know what's gonna fit before you do that. Because otherwise you have to pick that whole thing out or do a whole nother casing and elastic if you don't get it right.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Usha, you're next at the bottom of the screen. Well, you might still be muted, Usha. I can't hear you. Oh, it doesn't say you're muted.
No.
I can't
Okay.
hear.
Try now. Try now. Are your headphones plugged in or?
Maybe the video settings aren't right.
Yeah, we can't hear
The
you.
sound settings.
I did hear you in the beginning. No sound yet, Usha. Do you want to try and X out and come back in?
Mhm.
Okay, in the meantime, Kim, how's the research project?
I didn't really work much on it yesterday. I put a zipper in a coat that I already owned. I needed to replace a zipper, and so I did that last night, and that's about all. And then I was going to ask anybody, have you ever used the stretched thread? How does that work?
You could use it in the top and in the bobbin section.
Does it
You
work
use
pretty
it-
good?
Are you
I've
using it on
used
a
the
regular
elastic
sewing
machine.
machine?
Well, I haven't used it. I was looking at a video and some lady was using it and she was talking about how great it was for knits. And I was just kind of
Somebody
wondering.
have a radio on?
Yeah, I'm hearing a radio too.
Me too.
It was
Thank
Usha.
Her stop works.
Um,
You're next, Usha.
Okay, go ahead.
But
No,
I was
Kim,
just-
I've used that. It's the one that's in Joann's now. It's on the regular spools. It comes in about
Right.
like 10, 12 colors. When it was new, I went out and bought it. I thought, oh, this is gonna solve all my problems with knits. And I use it occasionally. It does not solve any of my problems with knits. So, I don't know. People talk about you have to like wind your bobbin carefully, because if your bobbin is winding with too much tension, then you're already taking the stretch out of it.
Yes.
It's just not a perfect thread for me. I have used it on my cover stitch machine for top stitching and it works fine on there, but I also use that Maxi Lock stretch thread on there. So if I were you, I'd buy a couple spools and play with it before I'd buy too much of it, because now I have about 10 colors and
Thanks very much.
I mean, she was just going on and on and on, and I thought, oh, this sounds kind of neat. I might buy some of that. But I was like,
it's not perfect product.
Thank
With
you
the
for that.
elastic thing, I did a zigzag and pulled it in between the zigzag, so I didn't have it as a spool. If you're following me at all, I zigzagged and pulled it in between the zigzag, and that's how I use the thread. So I did not use it as, are you guys getting me? I don't know. I think you're getting me. With your hand, you have it with your hand, you have it so that your machine is doing a zigzag, and the thread you have in your hand, and you have it in between the zigzag.
What's
And
the purpose of that? What were you doing it with?
It's the same thing. It's still doing that purpose. It's just putting it in differently. That's how I did it. I only did that a couple of times, so maybe I didn't. You see, you got it in there so it stays stable. You do zigzagging, and with your machine, you kind of get it so stable in your fabric, and then you start doing a zigzag, and that thread is in between. It kind of just floats in between the zigzag.
You're couching over it. That's
Yeah,
what that stitch is
correct.
called. Yeah.
Okay, couching. Okay, that's a better term. That's what I was doing for a while. I stopped doing it. I haven't even thought of that in a long time, but I remember doing that. So it could have been that it didn't serve a good enough purpose because I've not done it again.
Yeah,
But I
sounds
did
like
do it
lot
for
of
a
work.
while. So if it helps anybody at all, that's what I did.
Okay.
Moving
cool.
on.
Anything else, Kim?
Nope, I'm still looking through fabric. Right now, I'm just going through fabric. I probably have pulled about 20 patterns, 25 patterns. And now I just need to figure out what I want to make.
Cool. That's exciting. Okay, Usha. What's news?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get around? Did you get around to anything?
I think I was looking at the article of what is this capsule wardrobe. So I clearly didn't understand that. I thought capsule wardrobe initially, the way you all are talking about, I understood in such a way like when you are making a trip, so how less you can pack, but you can have more choices kind of concept I thought. But I didn't realize that is the concept for the whole closet. Whatever you are owning and trying to wear, like to wear, to keep it in your closet and purge the rest of the stuff what you have. I didn't get that part. Okay. So I was reading, because for me it is very difficult to do the capsule wardrobe, because not just the weather type, and Indian dressing is very much event dependent, and then people recognize and remember those colors and patterns what you wear. And then if you keep on wearing the same thing, even if you change the top, even you change some jewelry, they'll say, didn't you wear that on that occasion so and so 10 years ago?
Oh, fun. And I think it can be anything you want, Usha, because like Kim's vision was to create something that you could have for a trip, right? Like you could create a capsule for special occasions, for events, for seasons, for colors. There's a lot of freedom.
Mostly I'm now concentrating on seasons,
Right.
which works for me, at least for the day-to-day living. Okay, so in my experience previously, like when I go visit my sons for 2 weeks, and with all these airlines restrictions, like you cannot check in, or if you needed to check in $25 or $30, you have to pay for it. Then I was like trying to consolidate everything into the cabin luggage. I packed it very well with the multiple choices for the same pant, maybe 4 or 5 tops, so something like that. So that's what I wanted to do for winter. Multiple tops, but only couple bottoms, maybe, and the same thing for summer also, like, multiple something like that. But for now, since it is winter, I just wanted to try out for winter. And I am looking for the patterns which I already own it and like them. So I wanted to make at least two of them, which can allow me to wear it for a week. Not the same thing again and again. I didn't mean that way, but to provide some choices, like you have a top and 2 bottoms, or a bottom, or 3 kinds of tops, or couple of like 1 or 2 sweaters, and maybe 1 jacket, so something like that. I'm still thinking, and I just was trying to download a Kindle book, how you can really purge and organize your entire closet. I want to read about that.
What's the name of the book, Usha?
So it was mentioned in that capsule wardrobe thing, the life-changing magic of tidying up.
Marie Kondo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it works for me or not, but I'm thinking I like to read, so I'm going to get that book and then see if it works for me or not.
Very cool. You should read that before you tackle the sewing room.
Could we repeat the name of that, Usha? Could you repeat the title name again?
The life-changing magic.
Life-changing magic
of tidying up.
Okay.
Who has already read that?
Who did
It's
that?
life-changing. It is totally life-changing.
It worked for you, Dora?
I'm not much on clutter anyway. So for me, it was like, yeah, right. This is what you do. You get rid of all this junk, because I just hate extra things in my life.
The one thing it caught my eye and got my interest was, previously when I was trying, I used the strategy of like room by room or area by area, but this one is like, about a different strategy, like, your stuff by stuff, I believe. So you are
if it works for you, once you open that book and do it, like I can open any drawer in my house. Like maybe it's been a year since I've been in that drawer, and I can go through it in 2 minutes and get rid of the garbage. Like it's really about, what do you really need? What do you really use? And even before I read that, I was doing the thing where you go through your closet once a year and just get rid of everything you haven't worn. I know it's hard when you have special things, but I don't have any special things.
No, I'm good in throwing kitchen stuff and other things, but I'm a little bit emotional on my wearing, like my clothing, and especially on fabric. But last year I made my heart like a rock, and then I threw a lot of my stuff. So I'm going to make it more rock.
Oh,
and then what?
Made my heart into a rock.
No, to me, it's so joyful, like to go through the linen closet, or like some like thing that's just stuff that you don't really care about, and you take out like bags of junk and take it to Goodwill or wherever you take it. It is fabulous. It's totally fabulous.
Yep. So that's all I'm trying
just
to.
Telling you how to get rid of junk.
No, it's a lifestyle. It's absolutely
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend, whether you implement it or not, read the book. It's a good information to have in your brain. But let us know what you think, Usha, after you read it, if you think you can use it anywhere in your life. Okay, Elaine, how have you been? We missed you.
Oh, I missed being, but I did do the on-demand one, so I watched you. I want to make a comment about Usha, about the, what's her, Marie Kondo.
Mhm.
Her book is written for the Japanese culture, and the Japanese culture to begin with has very little, they have small houses, so they have to have minimum things. And we as living in this country, the next shiny thing is like, maybe I ought to try getting that one. But the other thing I wanted to say is I have found that if everything has a home, I used to have like a pair of scissors in every room, a stapler in every room. And it's like you put like things in one place and you know where they are, and you don't go searching in every room to find the different things. Sometimes it works, and it works when I take care of things, but when my husband does stuff, it just goes everywhere and nothing gets put back. So I sort of have to disregard that. Let's see, what else did I have here I wanted to tell you? Oh, about the capsule wardrobe. I went on It's So Easy, and didn't write the woman. Oh yes, I did write her name down. Her name is Lindsay Marsh, and she is in program 1804-1. And she writes about the capsule, and she also shows you how to grade from one size to another.
Oh, nice.
And, you know, sometimes the voice of someone that tells you what to do, sometimes, you know, but she really spoke to me. So I thought, you know, I really liked the way she did things. And that's on the program It's So Easy. And it's in the 1900 series, if anyone's interested. I got another thing here. Years ago, I made this skirt, and I have to show you this. This way. This is from 1959.
Wow.
This paper is still paper. It wasn't tissue back then. It has multiple sizes, which they make a big deal now that it's new. It's not new. It's been around forever, really. It has pockets. It tells you everything is on this sheet of paper. Now, nowadays we get all these pages and pages and pages. And it's kind of like a drindle skirt, if you know what that. It's got little gathers, but it's not a full skirt kind of a thing. So that's my first capsule. I have not worn a dress since 1995. So it'll be a change. Oh, here's another one. Where did I put that?
Do you have the picture of the way the skirt looks?
It's just that sheet of paper. I'll show you one thing.
Okay. Sally.
That's the skirt.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
can you move it up a little bit?
Hold it up a little.
No, up.
Yeah. Freeze. There you
Oh.
go.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
It kind of hides a tummy, but it doesn't make you look like you're pregnant or anything.
Mhm.
Oh, and what I need right now is a jacket. So I pulled this one out, if you can see that one. And that's Butterick 6107.
How
It's
old of a
online.
pattern is that?
Pardon?
How old of a pattern is that? Is it
Well,
recent?
let's see.
Debbie, did you buy it in the recent past?
No, I haven't bought it. I haven't been out of the house since March.
Okay, it's okay. then.
So it was years
Okay.
ago, actually.
Uh,
But, and this I thought was, you might get a charge out of this. This is what aprons were like back in the 1950s.
beautiful.
It looked like a dress, but it wasn't a dress. My mother wore these all the time.
They're gorgeous.
Oh,
Well, they are, they're
yeah.
really cute. But you know what? You had to iron them constantly and starch them. That's too much.
She probably ironed midday after lunch just to freshen.
You would even iron underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Is
I
that a
learned that-
pattern?
Pardon?
Is that a pattern?
Oh, no, what they actually did, this is, oh, excuse me, it's from 1963. Yes, they did give you the pattern. They even gave you
Oh, applique.
Ready?
motif.
Oh, fun.
And I think
Wow.
Man.
you bought it for like a quarter.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
The reason I need to make a jacket is that I do a lot of mending, but I am
Oh.
sick of mending. And I was going to put it in the Goodwill bag, but you know, they really want you to repair the things before you give it to the Goodwill. Because a friend of mine works, she's a manager at a Volunteers of America. And if anything is ripped or torn, they don't put it out. So if you're not giving them something that's repaired, it's more, it costs them money to get rid of it then. But, and I got one other thing. Oh. Our chapter of the American Sewing Guild, we make these kitties. This one doesn't have its face on yet. But what they do is they give them to the policemen and firemen, and they hand them out to kids who are either traumatized or they're taken away from their parents. We've made hundreds of these things, and they have poly inside of them. And oh, it's coming out already. I didn't do that one yet, but it keeps me busy. And our weather has been gorgeous here, 77 today.
Nice.
So I've been
Won-
out in the yard. I found jobs that I hadn't finished because it got cold. So now I'm doing more stuff outside.
Good. Yay. Thank you so much, Elaine. Okay, Joanne, how about you? Did you get around to anything?
I did. Well, I had my granddaughter and daughter over for this weekend, so that
Good.
took up time.
Did she
um,
like the dress?
Oh, she was wearing it when she came, so
Wonderful.
it looked really cute on her. Yeah. My
Yay.
daughter sent me some pictures ahead of time, so I was glad that it fit really well because I had to make some adjustments based on her size, but it was, yeah, it was fun. I did make some hats.
Oh,
Right, I'm
let
not
me make you
skinny
big.
yet.
I'm gonna make you big so you can
Okay.
see, we can see these hats. That's something I've wanted to make.
Okay, so these are just fleece hats.
Oh,
You can get
I
two.
love 'em.
You can get two out of a half a yard, and so they whip up pretty
Oh.
quick. But so my church is collecting like hats, mittens, scarves, and other things for
Were
us.
there any other style of hats?
There were, well, the pattern that I have had like 3 different styles. Basically, these were the
Okay.
3 styles.
Yeah. Now, is that embroidery
had
you
the
put on
plain
there?
This or this. This is the one I make. Is
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you put embroidery on there?
Well, you could, but I didn't. No, this
Oh,
was
okay. I
the
thought that was
thing
embroidery.
itself.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So that's what I was sewing. But one of my to-do hopeful projects, which I've been working on, well, forever. And then of course, COVID happened and haven't seen my daughter since I moved for 2 years. So I said, I just need to get this done. She's dances in Lindy Hop. And I don't know if you know what that is. It's a style of swing dancing. Like Jitterbug is a style of swing dancing, but Lindy is another style. And so we had together found a 1940s original pattern. And so this is the pattern instructions. This is it.
Ooh.
That's it. That's all you get. This is the envelope. It came in originally, and that's when metered mail was 1 cent.
Wow.
And the patterns have nothing listed on them.
Oh,
Just all these holes. So you can see right here, it looks like a C or a backward C, whatever. This is a C, and so that's telling you that's PC. And then you have these little holes, that's for the buttons. You do have your notches, but that's all you get. And so you
Wow.
really have to kind of figure it out. And I know I've made a few mistakes, so I'm still taking out some stuff I did before and said, oh, that wasn't right. So just trying to, let's see, this is parts, let's see. This is the fabric, it's a rayon. So it's, so it has pipe,
Tiny.
I added some piping at the top, and then it has this like wasted piece in the middle.
that's a
Very
big
Sweetheart
project.
neck,
Mm-hmm.
right, Joanne? A sweetheart neck, the
Um,
neckline.
Yes, let me see, it's a complete sweetheart. Yes, it is sweetheart.
Mhm.
So I just need to get back to finishing it up again.
When did you start it?
Like 2 years ago when I was.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
She lives in Massachusetts, and so she was around, so I could put it up against her, and she tells me, "Oh, I changed my size." I'm going, "Don't tell me that." So I'm hopefully just going to keep going with this size and say, I know she kind of goes up and down depending on how much she dances. She used to dance like 5 to 6 days a week. And she would not only do the social scene, but she taught some, she's done some performance kind of teaching. She's gone to Europe to dance. She's, you know, danced in competitions in DC. And so this is something she really loves to do. So if I can just get this finished for her, and hopefully once COVID ends and she can dance with people again, maybe her size will be able to get to where it's supposed to be again, because it is hard to do this, you know, because it's a partner dance. And when you don't have your partner anymore to dance with, it's not the same.
mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Thank you, Joanne. Awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
I just had one more thing. Sally, I lost your email, and I know I was going to send you that information about the
Oh, okay.
that manual that I finally finished with all the links. So
Nice.
you-
Thank you
Oh,
so
okay.
much.
all right.
Type it in again.
What was that?
I said I'll type it in again.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. Sally's typing, but it's your turn, Sally. I'll give you just a second to type in that.
Oh, I did my mine yesterday.
Oh yeah, I went yesterday.
No, I mean that was the stuff
That was
that I
24 hours ago,
that I-
Sally.
It's
Yeah, you
not
always start with me.
Sally. Okay, you type, and if you have something to share, you let me know, Missy.
Well, I mean, remember all the clothes that I had? You know, I haven't done anything
I
since yesterday.
remember, but there were other people that weren't here. Sally has a stack of stuff cut out, ready to go. She did.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, wait, did you bake? No?
No, I'm going today. It's the consensus is I should make banana bread
Okay.
Yay.
because everybody here, even my when I first moved here, like what, 12 years ago, my neighbor brought me banana bread.
Mm.
So I thought about it and I'm like, nobody around here even knows like, well, in Buffalo, because I live in Williamsville, but so this area, nobody here has ever, everybody that I ask around here, they say, what's zucchini bread? Which is really weird because Kim, you said zucchini bread,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I hate banana bread.
Kim.
I love
Me
it.
too. I
Oh
hate
my God.
banana bread.
I love it.
I don't
And
like
everybody-
cooked fruit. So that
And everybody says, what's zucchini bread? So I'm thinking I need to make zucchini bread though, because I need to make it so everybody can taste it, because nobody's ever heard of zucchini bread around here. Like everybody that I talk to, everybody says they've never heard of zucchini bread. So I'm thinking I should get some zucchini, and you have to let it set first, right?
You have to
No.
shred it.
Yeah,
have to
you
shred
salt, yeah, shred it and put a little salt on it and let the moisture
Come out, yeah.
come
Okay.
out.
Add
Okay, all
things
right.
to it because it's kind of bland.
Lots of
Okay,
sugar.
all right. Okay, so I'm gonna make some zucchini bread. So like everybody that I know can well, I said everybody I know.
yeah, she had a whole
Bunch of people
crowd
taste
coming in eating zucchini bread.
No, I'm gonna have to let people taste it, because everybody's like, when you make it, let me taste it. 'Cause I've never tasted it before. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to make it. But 'cause like everybody that I talked to, and now, between yesterday and today, I got like took a census of people in my area, and nobody's ever tasted zucchini bread.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
There
make
you go.
banana
You're gonna
bread.
start, yeah, you're gonna start a trend up there. I love banana bread. I love all
Yeah.
bread. There's no,
The stuff that we should stay away from.
yeah. Oh, never. With butter.
So,
mm,
right. So right now I'm making a purse for my mother. My mother's birthday is the 19th. I finished the purse for my aunt, and so I have a lot of birthdays coming up. Then I still have to make the wallet. I'm trying to do. Are you posting the thing for the wallet? I thought you said you were going to post that for the wallet.
I'm gonna post some pictures of my process. Yeah, I took pictures along the whole way. So
When are you doing that?
hopefully today.
If you do that, it'll make it easier for me. And I'm going to try to do that. And then I have one other thing that I have to do. I have to try to start on the bag for the Christmas present, but that's not due. I think we don't have to send that out until the 3rd, right?
Yeah.
The
if
3rd,
you're-
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I have a whole stack of the things that I'm got to get around to. So.
I love that. I gotta
Yeah.
get around to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sally. See, you did
Yeah.
have update. How about you, Jara? Do you have more gorgeous shirts from Mom?
I finished one more shirt. This is the last one.
Oh,
See that?
Oh.
you looking
This is,
so good.
it's like knit on the top and this is like a silk on the bottom. And I wasn't sure how much bigger to make it. So I put like an inverted pleat in the back to add some more width.
Fun.
She could like get it over her head, hopefully. But it was not fun to make because it was hard to get the knit to go through the sewing machine at the same rate as the silk. Okay, I put the knit down because there was more of it to kind of smush up, but it was not a fun project, but I'm glad I did it because it's been on my list for a long time.
That is beautiful.
Thank you. And then I've been working on this Summit bag that I showed you guys last time, and I've made it 3 times before, but this time I'm trying to make it out of this nylon, and I'm not having any fun with it. It's like kicking my butt, and I'm just about ready to shred it. This is my 3rd attempt at this is the inner pocket where the card pieces go. I don't know if you can see that for your credit cards.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the original pattern only has like 4 slots in the center, and it's not nearly enough if you don't have a wallet, and I don't have a wallet. So I made it, now I have like 10 in there.
Mhm.
But my first one I made out of quilting cotton, and this piece was so heavy. I'm like, it's gonna be heavier than the whole bag needs to be from all the quilting cotton. So then I made it out of the orange ripstop, and it took me forever to get it folded because I knew not to press it with any heat because it's ripstop. And then I got it just the way I wanted it and accidentally melted it with my iron.
Oh,
So this time I did it out of the blue, which is the outside fabric,
mhm.
but it won't cooperate because it's like nylon. You can't just make nylon do what you want it to do. Like it's all shimmies all over the place and you can't really put a crease in it. And I tried using that like Sokisi fusible to get nice hard lines, but then it just added to the weight again. It got too heavy. Anyway, long story short, I hate to have to waste all this foam that I've already used. Like this is one of the
Oh,
inside
yeah.
pockets.
Oh,
You put your like foam in there so you could put like a iPad or something in it. And this is the back where I've again like
cool.
where two of the pockets are coming through the back panel. But I'm like ready to throw it in the trash. The nylon won't fuse nicely to any interfacing. I don't know if you can see the bubbling on that.
Yeah.
Those are from my like iron, you know, like the little steam holes in the iron, and I wasn't using steam and it still did it. So I'm not happy that it's not nice. And when things aren't nice, I don't use them. I
What
don't
if
like
you-
to have them.
What if you quilt that, Dara? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Because that foam quilts beautifully.
Well, that would work for the foam, but you're still supposed to like interface the back of the outside pieces all have interfacing on them. And because it's nylon, I tried to just use like sew-in, but it won't help it hold its shape. Like the interfacing helps the nylon hold its shape. And then I don't have good bag hardware.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and I've been to the stores around here. I've looked on Etsy and I'm
Yep,
like,
Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has nice hardware.
that's why I got this at Hobby Lobby. My Hobby Lobby is like really picked over and
Oh.
I don't know. I might just throw these pieces away and put the pattern away and move on because it's like taken me 3 days and I've got nothing sewn or
Yeah.
accomplished because I
Go,
keep screwing around with that.
go to Emma Line Bags and look at their hardware. It's absolutely stunning. That might be worth it for you to
Yeah.
just put it aside for a week.
Don't throw it away.
Yeah, get
Emmeline? Is it
Emmeline.
Yeah.
Emma?
EmmelineBags.com. She has stunning hardware and ships fairly fast. Then you might be more excited about it.
I don't know. Like, you know, it's like already 3 strikes on it. That's where I'm at with it. And it's sucking up so much of my creative time.
Okay.
It just makes me angry when I go in the sewing room.
Ship it to
I
me
think-
and I'll finish it. And then it
No,
won't
I
be
think
like-
instead of foam, if you use the headliner fabric, maybe it would have not been that bulky or not that troublesome.
well, it's not bulk, right? It's just it isn't.
Yeah, the foam isn't actually the problem. It's interfacing to this nylon. It's like putting that back layer of interfacing on. And I have like 10 different kinds of interfacing and they all have that same issue
So
where I have one of those you know, where you close the big ironing thing.
yeah,
like
the
for-
press.
Yeah, I have one of those and that is not so easy to control the heat.
Mhm.
So
Why don't
I
you-
messed it up. Well, the ones I tried on that, I just messed them up. I didn't get any progress out of those.
I would give up interfacing the nylon and interface that foam instead.
Well, that's only on the back piece. The foam is on the back piece and one piece on the center. And then the rest of the bag, that black one I showed you the other day is my everyday bag that I use. I
Mhm.
didn't interface any of that. I did it all without interfacing and it worked okay. But part of the reason I'm making a new one is it's so slouchy. I got a lot of wear,
Yeah.
places where the zippers go and
Mhm.
like it hangs on itself and is crumply.
Mm.
So
Slouchy.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
slouchy. It's slouchy. And when I go to the store and I see like those cheap nylon bags that have like the color match zippers, and I think to myself, why am I trying to make this? Why don't I just buy a
Oh,
but I never see one that works for me. So I'm really picky about bags.
I hope that it will come together for you and cooperate.
It might, or on Friday, I might show you the video of me like with my shears killing it.
Don't murder the bags.
Well, I didn't cut all the pieces, so I haven't like wasted much fabric yet. I just cut the pieces as I'm doing it. And my only regret is that I'm wasting this foam.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else happen in there? When are you going to visit your mom and deliver all the beautiful tops?
Probably like on the 16th to the 17th. So
Oh, right around the corner next week.
is that next week?
Yeah.
Oh, see now I need to stop sewing and start cleaning. So, because Thanksgiving coming up. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Then you got to start cooking.
well, I already started cooking. I have to bake the bread today for the stuffing. So
Oh, wow.
You started
Wonderful.
cooking for Thanksgiving already?
Delicious.
I make everything from scratch. I grind my own wheat and make my own bread. So you need like the stuffing recipe I use, it needs like 4 loaves of bread.
Oh my God.
So,
Wow.
and it can't all be the same bread. So like I do potato bread, I do whole wheat bread, I make this one bread with
Grind
quinoa
your
in it.
own wheat.
I grind
Yum.
my own wheat. Yeah.
And then do
Wow.
you freeze everything afterwards?
I usually make like 5 loaves of bread at once and I do freeze them, but I don't have a lot of freezer space. So that's a part of the problem too. And then it doesn't help that I'm going to my mom's for like 5 days right before Thanksgiving. So I gotta like
Get it
do,
all
I gotta do so that when I come back, I can actually produce a Thanksgiving meal.
Oh, goodness, yummy. Okie dokes. Okay, next on the screen is Lynn.
Oh. Well, I wasn't really that prepared. We had that hurricane storm come through and then,
Yeah, how'd you fare?
oh, it was, our dog blew over. I took the dog back
Your what? Your dog?
Oh,
in the bushes. I'm like
wow, the winds were that high then.
65 miles an hour.
Wow.
And it was crazy. So we just had to run to Home Depot this morning to get some poles to put some trees back and
Oh,
And,
wow.
and we're on the water, so we're on the intercoastal. So I think we may have had more gusts than being landlocked. So
Yeah.
it was quite the experience. But I did make 2 shirts that are still upstairs that I steamed and everything. But I have the patterns. I just saw the patterns behind me.
Let me make it big so we can see.
Oh, I buy a lot of Style Arc patterns. They're kind of my favorite right now.
Pretty.
And I think they're on Amazon and online. And then after I make them, I put the little fabric of the shirt that I did.
Smart.
You know, we don't have many seasons around here, so we just have sleeves or no sleeves, I guess. And then this one I make because it's really comfortable and it's kind of winter coming. I like the, what do you call this style? You know, the boat neck, but raglan sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the raglan sleeves. And the unfortunate part about this one is, next time I'll show it, but it is a size 10 and I wear a size 11. So I had to make it bigger than it was too gapey here. So I had to bring the sides in, but it was very rewarding in the end because it does fit. But I found a really nice fabric a couple years ago at Joann's. And let's see if we can, it's 2-sided. So one side is stripes and one side is dots.
Mm.
So it worked out real well. I did the body and the dots, and I think the sleeves are in the stripe. So it turned out real good. The only difference was it was just a little too short. I wanted it a little bit longer. So now I'm going to make it one more time because I think I have 3 renditions of this, pre and post COVID.
Wow.
So it fits good, except for, like I said, it's a little bit shorter than I wanted. So they're done. And now I'm probably going
Where
to
do
make,
you live again?
I live in South Florida by Miami Beach.
It's hot.
It's a good place to live. It really is. But,
Good.
I agree.
yeah, the hurricanes are horrible. It's better than earthquakes. I've come from California and the earthquakes were terrible there.
They are awful.
We
As
had
you
an earthquake
know,
on Sunday.
You
Yeah.
did, Joanne?
We did.
Oh, they're so scary. We had one a while back here in Virginia and it was terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Mhm.
Do, and you don't know it's coming, and oh,
It's, yeah, it's absolutely surreal when the ground moves under your feet.
Ugh.
Not
Yeah.
cool.
I've been in a couple of real bad ones in California, and it's just not fun at all.
No way. I'd trade a earthquake for a hurricane any day.
It's over. Yeah, it comes and goes. The hurricanes linger. Well, 2 weeks ago we had flooding so bad it couldn't drain out into the ocean, and so we lost power for a couple days. That was terrible.
Mm. Oh, wow. So now all is well though, except you're gonna put things back together?
Yeah, you'd never know except for probably the landscaping, and things are still wet and still draining, but we were very lucky. The city came by and cleaned out all the gutters and all that stuff, whereas 2 weeks ago, that was not the case. 2 weeks ago, we were like in a little lake in the backyard and the front yard.
Oh, goodness.
Mhm.
But now we have a newer home, and it's like 4 feet higher than the older home. So we're more on an island. But a lot of the neighbors, 4 feet lower is pretty low.
That's a big difference. That's your
But you
living.
can't really leave the house because you can't drive through it.
Goodness.
Yeah, we were having flash flooding, and it's not even raining yesterday yet because the water isn't draining. There's still flooding. We keep on getting those alerts, don't drive.
Mm.
But it's all over. And even with the last year, we had a couple really bad storms. I just sew through them. Mind off my problems.
I like that. So right through the storm.
Mhm. As long as we have electricity.
Yes, and that's a sad if you don't, but you can cut as long as you have light.
So yeah, we have solar power, but it doesn't work. The house is completely solar, but we don't have the batteries. So if we're still relying on Florida Power.
Mhm.
So we don't pay I think our power bill's about $9 a month, and it was probably 500. So that's a big difference.
Huge difference.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing. Awesome.
But if there's no electricity, it doesn't work at all until we get backup generators.
Doreen.
We're on the board. My dog wants lunch. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can.
So cute. What kind of dog is it?
Well, we have two. The one that blew over is a Maltipoo, a little white fluffy dog. This one's a bull terrier. She's
Oh, cute.
and
Wow.
she had a schedule like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, they do. They like things just so.
Yeah, and little Lucy, she's very easygoing. She doesn't care. Whatever works for us works for her.
Aw. Good doggy. And Doreen's dogs or not Doreen's, Dara's dogs are right there. I could see her getting after them.
Oh, I'm sorry, she's barking. There's nothing I can do.
All right. Did everybody get a chance to share? Did I miss anyone? No?
Andrea, can I add something?
Yes, ma'am.
Someone the other day when I was watching On Demand mentioned the Ann Pearson's, help me out here. What is it?
Casey mentioned Ann Person.
The knit, she wrote a whole slew of books. I found them in the basement. I got a whole set of them.
Lucky you.
Gretchen Stowe, that's who she was. right?
Gretchen, so thank you, Lynn. Yeah, we had a store in the center of town that they actually had 4 classrooms, and Anne came sometimes and did classes.
Lucky. Wow, that's awesome. Don't get rid of those, boy.
And I have a whole box of stretch and sew patterns that
Wow.
haven't seen daylight for decades.
You know what would be fun for us, Elaine, if you took us all into the basement and showed us around.
You would get rid of them really quick.
We
If
would
you're
like.
not using them, we'll take them.
I know they sell them on eBay, and if you really want them bad, you'll pay anything, but I save everything.
Mm,
Well,
That's all.
they used to be the only stretch patterns.
Yes.
Like that was your only option, so you had to have them. But now you can just buy, you know, $1.99 McCall's or whatever. You can get a bunch of stretch patterns.
Okay, guys, thank you for a great inspirational session.
Thank you.
I hope to see some of you on Friday at 3 o'clock Mountain Time for Show and Tell. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.